do not go to another D1 football camp until you do this one thing. And in this video, I'm gonna lay out exactly what camps you should and shouldn't be going to if you wanna go play at the highest level, and what this offseason should look like for you to be able to maximize your June and July camp season, okay? So to begin, quick story to demonstrate how important this is. So imagine you go to a party where there's 100 or 200 different people there with girls, boys, right in the whole 9 yards. Now, when you go to the party, say you approach the best looking girl there, right? A true 10 out of 10, but if she doesn't know who you are, what your name is, what you bring to the table, or like your value, it's gonna be super hard to make anything of that interaction. You're probably not gonna get her number, right? And there's a whole other bunch of dudes that probably can if she knows, likes, and trusts them already. Now, the problem with this is it's the same exact thing when you're going to a camp. But it's actually even harder because I want you to imagine if that girl already had a boyfriend, or even worse, she had 5 or 6 different boyfriends. So when you go to a camp and you're not already in contact with the coach or the coaches there, they already have their guys that they're watching and evaluating at camp. They have their own special little group. And at these college camps too, right? The true college camps where you're going to campus and performing in front of one staff, they even have the groups labeled out. It might even be like the white group, the blue group, the gray group, and each of those different groups mean something else. So white group are like the actual guys that they're actually watching, they're testing, they're watching the one-on-ones and all those different things. And the other groups are kind of just there to, you know, take up space and make sure that they get a camp t-shirt at the very end of it all. So that's them, that's the girls already having the boyfriends, like already guys that they're locked in with. That's like the coaches having the guys that they're already locked in with too. And believe it or not, my high school girlfriend proved this to me. So when I played, this was my junior year, and this was a couple months before I started talking to my now ex-girlfriend, but still, we went to their school, we had a game at their school, and I had 6 touchdowns in the first half. And she was at the game, right? She was watching, she was in the student section and everything like that. But when we talked about it a couple months later, I asked her if she remembers being at the game, if she remembers seeing me or watching me score the touchdowns. And she said that she was definitely at the game, but she doesn't remember anything about me or me scoring touchdowns or anything like that. So that goes to show that if someone doesn't know who your name is or they're not watching you, then it's going to go right over their head. And even if you go to these camps and perform out of your mind, chances are coaches still aren't going to notice you or know who you are, because that's the entire point of going to a camp, is to be able to convert the interest you already have into a visit or into an offer. So what should you be doing to actually make the most out of these camps and to be able to get in touch with them before? So that is really the key, is you want to be getting in touch right now in February and March. So that way, you know, coaches are actually interested in you, right? So there's like a 2-step checklist that you want to hit to be able to choose which camps you actually want to go to. So first thing, have you talked and has the coach invited you personally? Not in a mass email, or what we're seeing now is like a mass text even too, where you haven't spoken any words directly to the coach and they haven't spoken any words directly to you about you. So that's kind of the first thing. Second thing is to double down on is make sure they've watched and evaluated your film. Okay, so they should be able to point out things about your film or say, hey, we like this on film, but we'd love to see you at camp too on our own place. If it's something like that, then for sure go. To be able to take it one step further though, is try to set up a visit around the camp date. So super easy question to do that is when you're talking to the coach, you can do this on the phone too, but if you're a little bit farther in conversation, you can do it even in the DM, is basically say, hey coach, I'm looking forward to camp. I'll be getting signed up here pretty soon. Just curious, do you have any visit opportunities around the camp dates? All right, because that for you, that's going to save you time, money, being able to go visit. And if you're on a visit, that means the coach is actually pretty serious about you as a recruit, and it's not just, hey, come to our camp, right, to pay us money to be able to showcase your talent. So if you're anything like me, you have probably dedicated a ton of your life and your family has invested a lot into your journey with training, camps, and these things up to this point, but it hasn't really paid off yet. And that was the case for me. I didn't have any of this guidance my first time through, and ended up going D3 and watched my best friend commit D1 the actual same week. And it was a pretty shitty feeling. Obviously I had a great experience at the D3 later on, but at that point in time, I kind of failed my entire life mission. And it wasn't until 4 years later that I was able to avenge it, right, and figure out what actually works so that I could transfer up to Boston College for myself. The lessons here on YouTube and over on our Instagram are all about passing down those best practices from my journey, but now from around the 50 other guys that we've served on their journeys too. So if that all interests you, or you want to know kind of more about what it actually takes, or there's other best practices to be able to showcase your ability, get more eyeballs on your film, and convert the interest into offers, I made a video breaking it all down. You can go click it on the screen right now.